Hello, everyone. Welcome to the ebook creation challenge once again. And today we are going to go into the challenge proper. My name remains Chinyere Ezigwe Adeyemo, and I'll be your coach, your guide on this journey. Okay. So the ebook creation challenge was birthed because I once had the challenge of writing my book, not because I lacked the creativity to write the book, but because I lacked the commitment. I had a lot to do, and it was a bit challenging for me to concentrate on writing the book. And I had to employ the services of an accountability partner. And it was from there that I realized that there are lots of creatives, authors to be, who have ideas, information, messages that need to be passed across to the world. They have all the resources to pass across those information. They have all the information, but the challenge is the time to commit to writing the book and getting it out there. And that was why I decided that I'm going to stand in the gap and help authors, aspiring authors, creatives to be able to write their book with speed and ease. And that is how I came about the ebook creation challenge. I am a multiple award winning knowledge entrepreneur. I am a digital product expert and a new media business strategist. So today we are going to be looking at how you can create your table of content in order to write your book with ease and speed. All right. We're going to be looking at how to create your table of content in fluid sequence so that you'll be able to create the content of your book with ease and speed. Okay, so there are topics that we'll be looking at under this subject. All right, one of them is identifying hot topics which customers need solution in your field. The second is crafting catchy titles that grab attention. And the third is creating table of content in fluid sequence. So those are the things we'll be looking at under this subject. So as a way of introduction, writing a book can be an easy and fun exercise if you have a plan to work with. And that is exactly what I'm going to be handing over to you in this session. I often say that writing a book is just like cooking a pot of soup. If you can make up your mind what soup to cook, then it will be easy for you to go to the market and gather the ingredients. And once you have your ingredients together, you see that it doesn't take a long time to cook the pot of soup. But if you set your meat on the fire and you start going to the market to look for egusi, from the market you go to wherever you have to look for vegetables, from there you go to wherever, you will find out that you may use the whole day to cook the pot of soup. But if you get all your ingredients together and get them ready, prepare them, chop the vegetable, wash the meat, pound the crayfish or blend it, whatever you do, egusi, you get it ready, you see that the actual process of cooking the soup will not take you over 30 minutes. And that is exactly how writing a book is. And that is what we are here to do, to find out how to write a book in an easy and fast sequence, right? So this is a graphic example of how we are able to get our books out. Okay, it comes to you first of all as an idea. All right, something just tells you, I think I need to write a book to help bakers with how to do their icing finishing. It comes to you like, I need to write a book for HR experts. I need to write a book to help people who want to lose weight, or I want to help people who are on diet, or I want to write a book to simplify English, for either primary school pupils, secondary school students, or the higher institution. So it comes to you first of all as an idea that you think you can do this or you should do this. And then when you keep ruminating over it, then you begin to build a concept around it, meaning you begin to come with an outlook of how that book is going to look, what the content is going to be, what problem it is going to solve. That means you are beginning to develop the idea that did not have a form to becoming a concept that can be defined. All right. So you can now begin to explain when people begin to ask you, okay, you want to write a book for women. What kind of women do you want to write the book for? Are they singles, married, or those who are menopausal? What problem do you want to solve? So now it has become a concept to you. So you can now tell what exactly this book is going to do because it has started taking shape in your mind. And then when you actually assemble the things that are the ingredients that are needed to get this book out, and finally it comes out, it comes as a product. All right. So every product we see was an idea until it became a concept and then became a product. So some of us right here who have come for the ebook challenge, some of us have ideas. I want to write a book to help young people discover themselves. I want to write a book to help young parents take care of their children better or parents better. I want to write a book to help young Christians build their faith in the Lord. All right. It can just be an idea. And then the more you think about it, some of us have come to the point where it is now a concept. You can already see it, as in you have gained clarity. You almost can feel the book already. All right. So all we need here now is just to get it out as a product. All right. So you see that we started this program with finding a niche. That means some people came without clarity, but thank God that they've been able to find clarity and we are moving on to the next level. All right. So different people in this community, but the goal is what? To end up with um the goal is to end up with a product. So I said here that most books die before their birth because important questions go unanswered, which should have helped in the gathering of the ingredients or information needed. Most books die before their birth because important questions which should have helped in gathering the information or ingredients needed to make it up were unanswered. So to avoid that from happening here, I would encourage us to answer these sets of questions. All right? Because you know what? You realize that for those who needed to find a niche, I didn't just ask you the questions, what are your skill set, what are your talent, what all of that, and then just told you what your niche is. I asked you a series of questions that helped you throw light, and you got clarity. So basically, the path to clarity is having to answer some questions. And when you are given questions, it simply would help you to think about it. And as you think about it, you get enlightened. All right. Because it is said that he who seeks finds. Get it right? So I give you questions to make you search for the answer and then you come up with a clear picture. So here are the answers that you need to ask yourself. Number one, the book you want to create. What problem does your book solve? Now, the problem does not need to come as a problem per se. It may just be something that you want to enlighten a category of people about something. All right? It may just be about enlightening. It may just be about helping people probably live better, enjoy their lives better, right? It could just be about making people's lives easier. Then it can actually be a problem, a pain that people are going through. Okay, so you must know specifically what your book does, the book you want to write, what it is aimed at achieving. All right, so the ebook challenge is aimed at helping authors commit to their work and get their books out. Okay, so your own book that you're writing, what is the aim? What is it aimed at achieving? So you must be able to answer the question. Is it aimed at enlightening the people about a particular idea, a particular school of thought? Is it to help them enjoy their lives better? Show them how they can, live long, show them how they can take care of their probably pimples on their faces, show them how they can speak English better, show them how they can grow their companies. What is your book aimed at achieving? Then, number two, who are the people who will benefit from your book? Because if you don't have a target audience at the back of your mind when writing the book, you may be speaking a language that may not be focused at a particular set of people. And that alone will pose a challenge, because in the marketing, you will have a challenge, right? But let's say you decide to write a book for students who are about taking WAEC, probably secondary school students who are about taking WAEC, and you're writing a book on better grammar, something like that. Now, the fact that you know the category of people that you are targeting makes your job half done, because you now know how to address this set of people. You know their level of understanding. So you know what terminologies to use that will resonate with them. You know what examples to use that will resonate with them. So if you're going to be writing your book for professionals, you will know the terms that you're going to be using and examples that will resonate with them. Okay, so very important. If you've already started writing your book and you didn't think about these aspects, then it's important that you pause and make sure that you get these aspects sorted out. What is your book aimed at achieving? What problem does it solve? What pleasure does it help people achieve? I remember I once worked with um, a high profile individual, and she wrote a book on enriching marital sex. So, what her book was aimed at achieving was for couples to have enriching sex. So, what is your book aimed at achieving? Right? So, it can be a pleasure. It can just be you want to enlighten them on, your target audience on a particular concept, or there may be a real problem like how to manage high blood pressure, how to manage diabetes. So, you must be sure of what the problem your book solves, or what your book is aimed at achieving, and you must be sure of the category of people that you are targeting. Are you targeting professionals, entrepreneurs? Are you targeting single parents? Are you targeting new moms? Are you targeting newlyweds? So decide the category of people that you are targeting. If you're able to answer those two questions, then moving on to the next stage will be very easy for you. And this stage is creating a catchy title. Now, there there is a process to choosing your title, because it's not just every title that will resonate with the category of people whom you're writing for. So once you have given answers to the problems you want to solve and for who, then the next step is to craft titles that grab your audience attention. Okay, so now I have listed some types of title that can grab people's attention. Number one, how to move from point A to B. So you can say, okay, I'm going to send us a free ebook, and what I titled it was how to create content that gets you noticed and paid. How to create content that gets you noticed and paid. So you see that the how to is a kind of title that you can use. How to lose weight in 1 week, how to take care of your natural hair, how to, save dash amount in 1 year. So how to, it is a kind of title. So you can, and it is very catchy because it happens to be straightforward. Whoever sees that kind of title, how to move from point A to B, already knows where you are going or what he's expecting in the book. So if you tell someone how to lose 5 kg in 1 month, the person already knows what you're talking about. And if he's interested, then it will not take him long to make up his mind to purchase your book. Okay. So that is one way to craft a catchy title. The second one is 5 steps to achieving your desired results. steps to becoming a millionaire, 3 steps to marrying the man of your dream. Whatever, but that whatever title that deals with steps, okay, and you know that a lot of that catch people's attention. 3 steps to becoming a millionaire. What am I waiting for? You know what I'm talking about. What is anybody waiting for? Eh? 3 steps to lighten your complexion without ending up with black knuckles. 3 steps to building a solid company that will outlive you. You know, 5 steps to starting a business without taking a loan. All those steps are catchy because it is very clear. There's no ambiguity. It tells the customer exactly what the customer will get from the book, and that makes the book easy to buy because people are very clear about what they will be getting from the book. All right. Another one is a catch line, a line that stops people in their tracks. Like there's a particular book I saw, and the title said, "Nearly all men are mad in Lagos," or "Nearly all Lagos men are mad," something like that. When you hear something like that, you're like, wait, what is this person trying to say? So it grabs your attention, all right? So it's like you see the pregnant virgin. It has already grabbed your attention because you're like, wait, virgin, pregnant, how? So that is another way. Another one is a statement of fact. Mm? Like I'm working on a particular book now, and it is titled, You Owe the World a Book. You owe the world a book. Now, the truth is, there are books in every individual. So when somebody now tells you specifically that you owe the world a book, it stops you in your track. It's a statement of fact. Truly, truly, you owe the world a book. But for someone to tell you that, it gets you thinking again, what could this person be saying? All right. So titles like that grab attention. Another one could be a controversial statement. It could be like, you don't need to be a marketer to sell 100 products per week. Okay, you're like, I don't need to be a marketer, okay, and all my products are there, nobody's buying. Me that is thinking that I should go and learn marketing, and you're telling me I don't need to be a marketer. So controversial statements like that make people get curious. They want to know what is in your book. What are you talking about? Okay, so please take advantage of these different formulas I've given and look at your title again to make sure that it is catchy enough to grab your target audience attention. All right, so we move on. Now, creating a fluid table of content. I describe the table of content as the list of ingredients that you need to put in your book. All right, just as you make a list to cook your pot of soup, that is how the table of content is, because it is the content on the table that will make up the book. All right. So majorly, what you need to create a fluid table of content is to understand your customer's journey from point A, where they have the problem, to point B, where they have achieved the desired results. All right. So your customer journey is the whole experience of your customer from point A when they meet you to point B where they now have the results that they came to you for. All right. So if you can understand the steps that it takes for your customer to experience you and get the result, then you will be able to create your table of content. So it is the sum of your customer's experience through and interacting with your brand. All right. So it starts from the first contact of your customer with your brand to the point where they achieve their goals. Let's say, for instance, you go to see a doctor. All right. So when you get in, what do you do? Does the doctor begin to do? Or what begins to happen? Okay. From getting your card to getting your vital signs, to seeing the doctor for consultation, to getting tested, and then to getting administered your drugs or whatever form of treatment, to how long it lasts until you get the desired result. That is a journey. Okay. So now, how did you hear about me? It could have been through my ad, my ad online, or one of my past students talked to you about me, or you attended my free class. However, that is where our journey started. All right. To the way I was able to convert you, talk to you, that made you trust me enough to give me your money and your attention. All right. To the point where I talked to you about finding a niche, to this point, and to the point where at the end of the day, you are going to be having your book done. It is a journey. All right. So when you are thinking of creating your book's table of content, you must understand that if you are going to help your customer, for instance, lose weight in in a month, or lose 5 kg in a month, then you are going to take this customer through a journey. It is not the very minute that the customer opens your book that you start seeing the different exercises they may have to take. No. First of all, the person will need to go through an introduction, to know who you are and why you are doing what you are doing. Then to get into the point where the person would need to understand what you are talking about, probably in chapter 1. Now you introduce your whole concepts to them. You know, there are different weight loss programs. Some we say you'll be eating just veggies, while others will tell you you continue eating your normal food, but you still lose weight. So you have to explain to them what your concept is, how you're going to go about getting them to achieve this thing. Okay, then you will move another step further to, probably if they are going to be exercising, you start giving them the exercise, introducing the exercises from the easiest one. Okay, so as you continue, you keep, graduating to the next one, which is probably more tougher than the previous, until they get to the point where they get the result that they want. So you must understand that journey that you're going to take them through. Okay, this is the ebook creation challenge 3, and it has been a journey. So for anybody who ever, if some people are in this class that came because some past students spoke to you about the ebook creation challenge. Now I took them through a journey that by the end of the challenge, they had their books, their ebooks, and even had them published on Amazon. Okay, it was a journey which I can document. Like I sent in our table of our class schedule, how it's going to run, because I know in my head that at the beginning, people need to find their niches. And when they are able to find their niches, they need to also understand how to create their table of content, how to get their catchy titles, so that when they are able to get the table of content together, it will then be easy for them to fill in the gap, because they already know that this is point A, where the customer comes in contact with me, and my destination with this customer is point B, where they have the results that they came to me for. All right. So in creating your table of content, you must have that at the back of your mind. That number one, when you come to me to create a digital product, a knowledge product, a book, the first thing is to make sure that you are clear about your niche. And not just clear about your niche, clear about your profitable niche, a niche that has a ready market. Then I then move from there to then deciding what problem you are solving and for who you are solving the problem. Very specific. It's a step-by-step process. Okay, so that you don't just create a book that you don't know who it is for, and you are writing every of your experiences in one book. No, there must be a specific outcome that you want for that book, and for a specific set of people. And then you move from having that knowledge to now deciding the ingredients that are going to make up that book, because now you know the people who you are targeting and you know the problem you are trying to solve. So you will now know the specific ingredients that will make up that book in order to help them achieve that result which you want them to achieve. Okay, so now, like, let me use the instance of the pot of soup again, and let me use the instance of cooking soup for probably a toddler. If you are a parent here, you will know that for a toddler who is just beginning to eat solid food, it is not the same soup that you cook for the entire family that you give to them. For instance, if you know what okazi is, or bitter leaf, or oha, you cannot give those type of soups to babies that are still learning how to eat. Okay, it will be difficult for them to swallow. So you may need to prepare the type of soup that is slimy, like okra or ewedu or ogbono. And you cannot put as much pepper as you will do if you are cooking for the whole family. So the fact that you know who you are cooking this soup for makes it easy for you to determine the type of ingredients that you are going to be using for this soup. And then before you go to the market, you will make a list of the ingredients that you are going to buy to make up the soup. So that is just how creating your book is. So you determine your target audience, you determine the problem it's going to solve, and then you determine the journey, what they are going to get in chapter 1. The introduction is going to be there, which is the background to why you are writing the book, why you are the correct person that should write the book. Then you move on to chapter 1, which is more like introducing your subject matter, enlightening your target audience about that. You move on to chapter 2, which takes them deeper into the concept and what they are meant to do, or how it is going to be done. You go into chapter 3, where they get more enlightened, get into the subject into two. Now, and so on. Now, the second way I would explain this is, imagine that you were invited to speak on a particular subject, okay? Parenting for new moms. How will you go about attacking this subject? All right? So you see that you're going to start from probably the moment of pregnancy, or probably when the child is finally born, to probably taking care of bathing the first bath for the child, feeding the child, how the child should sleep, different aspects, to when the child begins to eat solid, like that. So just have that at the back of your mind and sit down and think, what should the content of my book be? All right. So we have come to the end of this session, and your assignment for this session is: 1, who are you writing for? 2, what is the problem you are trying to solve? All right. Who are you writing for, and what is the problem you are trying to solve? Okay. So the third one would be, what steps would you take your audience through? All right. Please answer those and get back to me. Number 1, who are you writing for? Number 2, what is the problem you are trying to solve? And number 3, what are the steps? So I want to see your table of contents. I want to see your table of content. I want to see your table of content. This is important. I'm going to be in your inbox to make sure that you are doing the task. All right. You already know that my coordinator has a lot of energy and is going to be on your neck to make sure that you do your assignment. Okay. So see you in the next class. Make sure you do not relent. Make sure you abide by the time that you told us that you'll be attending to your work. So this video is just about 35 minutes, less than 40 minutes. So you can find time and listen to it. As you are listening to it, ruminate over everything that you are learning here, so that you can attack your assignment immediately. All right. Thank you very much, and see you in the next class.